This may be the best Canadian Olympic team you've never heard of. We know that the 4x100 squads for Canada in 96 and 2024 are going to get heavy praise, but it's not too often in a team sport that Canada wins a gold. Of course, the women won in 2021 for the soccer event. Of course, they were caught cheating this year, but many, many, many years ago, 120 years in fact, probably the greatest soccer team of their era won the Olympic tournament. So today we're going to be talking about the Galt Football Club. Now, a longtime member of the Ontario Football Association, they were based in the beautiful community of Galt, Ontario, which was current-day Cambridge. It was formed in either 1881 or 82. Galt won the 1901, 1902, and 1903 Ontario Cups, and most notably the 2004 Olympic Soccer Tournament. Now, the Ontario Cup is a soccer tournament for clubs based in the province of Ontario in Canada. It began play in 1901 under the Ontario Football Association League, now known as the Ontario Soccer Association. It is the oldest soccer competition in North America. Now, ironically, ladies and gentlemen, Galt F.C., there are 3 straight tournament victories, continue to be the linchpin of the best results for one squad at this championship event. Now, again, Galt was historically one of the greatest soccer clubs in Canada. The first major honor came in the form of the 1901 Ontario Cup, and repeated success as champions the next 2 years. In 1903, they went on a tour of Manitoba in a span of 25 days, which included 17 games against all-comers, big city and small town. They won 16 and tied 1. On that tour, they outscored their opponents 46-2. Now, Galt's most notable triumph came in 1904 at the St. Louis Olympics, where they represented, of course, our home nation. They had to face 2 American sides. They won convincingly 7-0 and 4-0. And, of course, Galt took home the gold for Canada. In 1905, Galt played a touring English team called the Pilgrims. The game was dubbed the Championship of the World, considering Galt was reigning Olympic title holders. The game drew much attention in Canada and the northern United States. At Dixon Park, in front of a capacity crowd of 3,500 fans, Galt tied the English team 3-3. Unfortunately, by 1910, the team dissolved. 114 years ago, again, they still remain one of the most important amateur sides in Canadian team history. Now, in 2004, on the centennial anniversary of the gold medal, the 1904 Galt team were inducted to the Canadian Soccer Hall of Fame. Now, Galt FC has also been part of entertainment. They were featured in the Murdoch Mysteries TV series called Bended Like Breckenridge. Breckenridge returned with the gold medal in the episode Excitable Chap. Now, domestically, they won the WFA Challenge Cup 9 times, 85 to 86, 86, 87, 1893 in the spring, 01, 02, 03, 04, and 1910 in the fall, and 1920. They won the Ontario Cup 4 times, 1, 2, 3, and 10 in the 19th, 20th century. Olympic Games, of course, they were the gold medalists at the tournament in St. Louis. Now, men's association soccer was first contested at the 1904 Summer Olympics. A total of 3 clubs competed, again, 2 representing the states, both from St. Louis and, of course, Galt. Originally, 2 other Canadian teams had also been entered in the competition, the Berlin Rangers and the University of Toronto, but both withdrew before the draw. Now, the 1904 Olympic Games were spread over several months, linked to the St. Louis World's Fair and football. In November was the last sport to be contested. The tournament was played as a straight round robin, although the game between Christian Brothers College and St. Rose Parish was replayed due to a draw in their first game, which was very common. Now, gold medals were awarded at these Olympics for the first time. Before it was a laurel leaf and I think a scroll. Now, Galt, again, took gold. Christian Brothers, U.S. the silver, and St. Rose the bronze. These results are the best that either Canada or the United States have achieved in the men's Olympic football. The 1904 contest is considered to be an official contest by the IOC, although not by FIFA because no national teams were involved in the competition. Now, the Christian Brothers college team is considered a high school formation, a Laslian Catholic College prep school for young men in town and county, Missouri, which is, of course, a suburb of St. Louis. Now, just as a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, top players for Galt, Alexander Hall and Thomas Taylor, both top players, had 3 goals each. 4 matches were played, and a total of 13 goals officially were scored. Now, venue was France's Olympic Field, was hosted all the matches. Again, Galt had little difficulty with either of the significantly younger U.S. squads. Some were high school age, defeating them both without conceding a goal. U.S. teams played a scoreless draw before Christian Brothers College won the rematch against St. Rose Parish 2-0. Now, Galt's 7-0 win over Christian Brothers College. Steep, Taylor, McDonald, Hall got 3 goals, and McDonald scored again. The second game, Taylor scored, as did Henderson, and in the rematch, there was no announced goal scorers for both teams. Now, according to a report in the Toronto Mail and Empire newsletter on November 18, 2004, medals were awarded to the players in St. Louis. The report states that immediately after the game, the Galt aggregation, numbering about 50 persons, retired to the office of James E. Sullivan, chief of the Department of Physical Culture, where they received their prize. After a talk by Mr. James A. Conlon of the Physical Culture Department, Mayor Mundy of the city of Galt, presenting each player in the winning team with a beautiful gold medal. The medal award to Fred Steep of Galt, held by the Soccer Hall of Fame Museum in Vaughan, Ontario, clearly shows that the medals were made in St. Louis, Missouri. Again, silver and bronze to the States. Now, the team for Galt FC, Otto Chrisman, George Ducker, John Fraser, John Gourlay, Alexander Hall, Albert Henderson, Albert Johnson, Robert Lane, Ernest Litton, Gordon McDonald, Frederick Steep, Tom Taylor, and William Thwaites. Now, ironically, ladies and gentlemen, Alexander Hall played numerous seasons throughout the world. Now, he was born in Scotland and came over to Canada to play for Galt. Now, he's considered one of the best players ever in Canadian history. The teams he played for include Peterhead, Bucky Thistle, the Toronto Scots, Galt, Westmount, Aberdeen, Peterhead, St. Bernard's, Newcastle United, Dundee, Portsmouth, Motherwell, Dunfermline Athletic, Peterhead, and Mimico Beach, and of course the Olympic team as well. Now, again, born in Aberdeen, Scotland, 3rd of December 1980, he emigrated to Canada in 1901. He returned to Scotland in 2005, became again a professional footballer in 1906. In 1912, the Carnaby Hero Fund and the Royal Humane Society recognized Hall with awards for bravery for rescuing of a child from Peterhead Harbour. While a player with Dunfermline Athletic prior to the First World War, he also served as the club's groundsman. During the war, he served in the Royal Garrison Artillery, the Royal Engineers, the Tank Corps, and of course married his beautiful wife, with whom he had 3 children. He went back to Toronto in 1923, and he worked at Wellington Destructor. Unfortunately, passed away in Toronto on 25 September 1943. Ironically, ladies and gentlemen, in 1983, Hall's youngest son Tom was the world's first recipient of a successful single lung transplant. Now, with St. Bernard's of the Scottish Second Division, 10 goals in 10 games. Newcastle United scored twice. Dundee of the Scottish First Division, 1910, had 8 goals in 19 contests. Now, in the Southern Division, for Dunfermline Athletic, 13, he scored 18 goals, 11 in 14, and 4 more in 15. So he had a career title of 55 goals in the elite leagues, 120 appearances, and of course the great performance for Team Canada. Now, the idea, ladies and gentlemen, about Hall and the rest of the top players, this was a super team, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what they did at the Olympics. So that's a short story of Canada's Olympic champions, Galt FC. If you like what you're doing here with our Olympic reviews and historical podcasts, let us know in the like, comment, subscribe, or share.